One.
Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, head trader at TradeView Markets, back to the end of the week of the end of the quarter, end of the 6 months. I have to count on my fingers: January, February, March, April, May, June. That's it. 6 months. Okay. All right. So let's go to our Monday morning routine. It is the 26th of June, to be specific, and we'll go into TradeGATEHub. Share screen. Let's make sure I'm on the right one. Monday morning, the most amount of material that I put out. I'd like to be it's dynamic, if you will. I want it to roll throughout the week. I don't just post daily, stocks moving on a daily basis. It's predicated upon sentiment, positioning, firms coming out with a lot of research. So Monday we kind of center around our list. Sunday night, and then I try to zero in as the week gets more intense, especially at the end of the quarter. Okay, so here we are. Let's log in just the same as everybody else. How you doing? I log in. Thanks for Coach. Everybody participated the past week. Where's my Zoom thing here? Okay. I'm yawning because I was trying to catch up so much. Coach, great video at 9:30. I urge everybody, including myself, what I'm going to do right on here is watch Coach's video at 9:30. Which already garnered 74 views. Bravo. Go to the Red YouTube channel, our second best amenity besides being free. Let's get to the action. So I started posting last evening, as I said. Okay. All right. So good evening, which last night. So I'm not going to go over too much because I hope some of you that are familiar with the room really went over this by now. It's not going to be really obsolete, if you will. It's only a couple hours into trading. Okay, we're going to start with multi TGH guests. Somehow Coach did it, getting Khalid Laura Harvey. As AI goes negative, coin gave back $3. Wow, a lot of pullbacks here. We got more of the action. Okay, IWM, the chart. That's the issue at the moment. Matter of fact, I think, and now it's right on the precipice, for lack of a better term. Qs, chart on the Qs, banks, industrials, staples. You can do it all yourself, if you will. Those are macro views. If the more you narrow in, the more things might be, teetering, or even to your favor. Chart on the Nikkei, obviously. Ron Barron says the Dow will reach 900,000 over the next 50 years. Warren Buffett said it'll reach 100,000. So where's the Dow now? All right. So you got what? You got almost, 850,000 that you make on the table, right? Buy 1,000 spies for your family, put it away in 50 years. It'll be generational, sans inflation. Okay. Listen, I posted these last night because I sometimes I do like to play lottos. You know what? That's what I do. Okay. So look at these ones that came out today. Put these on your schedule. MLTX, for example, came out this morning. MLTX. Okay, MLTX, a high today is 52. All right, so I wasn't sure which day it was coming out. Usually it happens over the weekend. Don't quote me on it, but a stock like MLTX that I didn't know was coming out. That came out 25, open at 57, did the rip and then the dip. There you go, MLTX. News, price action, and range. Another example of just trying to put everybody in the action. You know what I mean? I want to put you in opportunities to make money. It's just to give you a game plan, if you will. Okay, sharing. Another one that had big news today. Which was that one? BMEA. I actually held that in a fund. I did sell it. Where's BMEA? There it is. BMEA. That was indicative of how the market was this morning. And I said it on TGH. BMEA had nice news this morning. And you know what? Opened up. I mean, this was an indication. It was positive, very positive. It closed at 30. The highest it could go was like 33. That was something right there. I mean, BMEA, 33 to 25. Dead cat bounce came with the volume. Usually the volume spike at the low is the low for the short term. I would have liked to see it have more of a bounce, but it's, you know what? I'm not going to be a hero, but I did say the XBI in the morning when these stocks were acting weak. I didn't trade it, but it was evident. 84.45. It wasn't a barn burner, but it's still breaking low. The charts, it's coming back down to the 200-day. It's a situation where a Monday morning like this, I wouldn't be taking a stance that it held the last couple of times. Let's see what happens. Certainly stocks that have good news that were not really anticipated. For example, an MLTX that acted well, but did sell off a little, may be emblematic of the market in general. Okay, so keep that in mind. Regardless, we're giving you bio moves, as we should. Insider selling, insider buying. Goldman mutual funds are active during the rebalance, but it's all downhill from here. I mean, Goldman, what are you going to do from here? Add to it. So it's I guess it's up to us to really, and that's going to come with option sweepers, names buying names off weakness, off any news, not stock specific news, but maybe the Fed geopolitical, but certainly Goldman, what are they overweight in? Is it all technology? Are they trying to buy the dips on any banks or any type of metals? Who knows? Fear and greed index on Bitcoin, that was last night. Percentage of large caps above their moving averages. All actually, for the medium term, it looks better than anything. Short and long term, not the best. Medium term, okay. And that's why we're here to be to be active traders, if you will. I'm not taking a stance on anything major, except I do have Uber nicely. Okay, let's go. Always watch. Let me see if I'm on the right screen, or someone's going to yell at me or correct me. Breadth in the NASDAQ, go over to your own time. This week's economic calendar should be, pasted, whatever. It should be on your board, your refrigerator. We play hopscotch, right? You have a good stock and it's acting well, and you're going into an economic number. I should come up with a better game at hopscotch. I don't know how to play it, but all I know is it has a bunch of boxes and you have to stand on one leg a couple of times, and that's indicative of what the market's doing. So economic data, know what you're doing in the path going forward. Earnings for the week. CCL came out this morning. It's acting weak. Okay, there's CCL. So I saw. So here we go. CCL was one thing. So I saw CCL. Yes, it's extended a little bit, still breaking low on the day. RCL did the same thing. I shorted an airline, whatever it was. I forget an airline. Actually, it was Delta or UAL. The one was most extended. Where's UAL? All right, I'm in it now. It popped a little bit as I was just on here. So where am I short UAL? And why aren't these trades on here? Was it UAL or Delta? I'm short Delta. There are my trades here, these squares. I'm short Delta from 43.5. It's 42.60. What am I looking for? All right. Delta. Now it's at the short-term 8-day. All right. That's the daily indicator, if you will. So I'm going to see how the rest of the stocks. And if it breaks the 8-day, what am I looking at? I mean, I might be looking at what? Coach would probably say 35 and hold it in. That might be good, but so Delta's at 42. I'll look for 40, I guess. You know what I mean? I threw it. I didn't have a plan until I saw things were weak in the sector. I'm gonna have to reevaluate it. You know what I mean? It's it's got all the technical support. Everything's rolling up. I got a good price in it. I'll have to monitor it day by day, on a minute to minute basis. What happened here? What is this SMA? I don't like this thing here. What is this thing? You're gone. A5. Okay. So let's go again. Let's go to back to TGH. I'm going to make this. Actually, I'm trying to. Or I will. Earnings. Like I said, CCL already came out. Nike in action. Even has a little bit of China in it to see how China's manufacturing. Micron taking a lot of calls, but I don't know what they're doing there. That's going to be Micron. I am going to trade after. I believe I could make it just as much, if not more, trading the stock after as well as the group instead of trading some binary move that if it's wrong, I have to trade well just to be right. No good. General Mills, interesting. Interesting one. It's not a barn burner, but you get it. What else? MANU got taken over. Greenbrier, AYI, not interested. Valero, no, not interested in anything here this week. WOR, Big Steel, SGH, that's the Ripper, but you don't want to be wrong there in terms of what's a cloud stock. I don't know what that stock is, but you want to be wrong. I actually agree with my boy Reagan optimism. I actually am a Republican, but I'm not a stout one. It could be Biden optimism. I still agree. Almost QE, so this OPEX approved a blow up top for some stocks until they prove themselves next quarter. Correct. All right. Short-term sentiment, insider transactions, what the large money goes, Bank of America charts. Go over this. This is Bank of America's research. You want to ask my opinion? I'll give it. But you can read it and disseminate and form your own. We have a lot of intelligent people on here that know what they're doing. Sector sentiment's clear as can be. Do your own time positioning in gold. 50-50 seasonality, nothing until probably the market really starts getting good again or bullish, maybe the end of September, beginning of October. That's really when things start to kick in. Until then, it's stock picking. I don't think anybody would argue. Oracle insider selling. Apple, best month ever, is usually this month of July, or is it June? July. Walmart, they're selling again, Lewis. Top 12 industries are relative strength. Here we go. What's going on higher? Hello. So these are all the top industry strengths in relative strengths right now. So if I looked at this and I was new, I'd say, okay, what's good right here? Anything, the transports. I'd see, look, what's strongest in the transports right now, and I would go autos, and then I would go best of breeds, and that's really how you formulate your own universe. You know what I mean? Media is acting well. So what's acting well in media? All right, so I'm going to look at para. Maybe I'll look at media. Disney's to a degree. Maybe I'll look at para. What else is there? Fox. All those type of media stocks. Russell, again, the issue, I posted it again, keep an eye on the Russell. The Russell at this level is not that good, considering that they're starting to blow off a couple of these 8 to 10 big NASDAQ stocks. So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if the rotation will still be that prevalent. If it does happen, like I posted, unbelievable. This is the returns of the enormous 8. I do know for a fact that the average stock outside of those act and the S&P are up 2.5%. outside of those. So keep that in mind as well. And for at the end of what I posted last night, for nobody that cares and just wants to trade stocks with relative price action and, relative strength, price action and volume, there it is. Double click it, punch it up. Mara's active today. SoFi active today. Coin was up 4. Now it's up 1. Good range in price action. Same on the downside. You just got to go through your list. Spice active today. AI was up 4. Now it's up $1. Same thing that Coin did. You don't have to take a pick. Trade well. Let's see what they're doing. And so then I went here in this morning and I posted Ham. I hope that's okay. The Ham, if you don't agree with the nickname I'm giving you, Ham USA Aldi. Please feel free to give a name or a moniker more than happy to help you out there. I did post a lot of nice trades this morning. Buckle up. Let's see what the wise guys are doing as we speak. Coach, see this? Look, I'm going to tell you what a team player. Notifications. Let's see this? Coach. We're already retweeting as I speak. 8 minutes ago. Saying, watch me as I speak. I appreciate the coach. Coach held down the fort. He's a pro, and he leads by example. He's done so for some time. Proud to be on his team. Okay. What's going on? Mike Wilson. What's his piker saying? He's been wrong the whole time. Actually, I'm going to read it after. You guys, I'll post it later. All right. Tesla bearish. EWZ bearish. What are they going? September, June, nothing. CCL, they're going out into September. So maybe this is just a pullback on CCL. Coin, they're buying puts, and that's just June 23rd. Not interested. CCL low is down 12%. TNA bullish. Nothing's jumping out at me after 8 minutes. SPY bearish. So they're trading SPYs. Uber near highs. We're in that. Roblox, I'm not interested. Roblox, every day I see options back and forth. I can't make a picture. What's Roblox doing? When I see Roblox, what am I looking at? I'm looking at the same everything else is a chart. Well, what does it mean? It's a weekly. It's going to have a day. You know what I mean? It's going to have a day. But it just should have made the move so far. You know what I mean? I wouldn't bet on. I take the other side of these calls. You know what I mean? If you're wrong, listen. If you're right, it's going to be like up here. Tesla, Roblox is going to go to like 41. But with all these. If you're wrong, I'm telling you, it's going to be like 34. Gap 30-29. What's the weekly? Doing nothing. It's going to be a binary situation. Probably faded on the move. We'll see when it happens, but we'll be here when it happens. All right, what else? Any guys got any questions? Come on, guys. Speak up. You don't get unless you ask in this world. Nothing. What else? EWZ. Let's go to what's moving. TradeGATEHub. Let's go to Stock Scanner, for example. Only thing I would be interested after not being that active last week, although the long-term positions did work, up on high relative volume. First thing I go to. Okay. Plenty of stocks as of 11:15 a.m. that have over 150%. Also near the high. Same with down on high relative volume. What's down on the day? Plenty of stocks with over 100%. SC. SPIR, Royal Caribbean, mentioned it. NCLH goes with it, Norwegian, and also CCL. So there's the group. Pfizer, I mentioned BMEA. Pfizer. Don't know what's going on, Pfizer. Where's the thing here? Pfizer, I looked at it. I haven't been following Pfizer. I had Pfizer on my screen for literally 25 years. But I didn't even know Pfizer was down here. Look at that. That's horrible. That's because I got the Pfizer shot. And I hope people aren't dying. Look at the Pfizer. I wouldn't even think about it. You know what I mean? This dividend, Pfizer, Bristol, former breasted breed holding on at the 200-day right there for the weekly. Bristol, let's look at Lilly giving it back. Lilly not giving it back, but today might be the day, especially at the volume it did. If Lilly closes below yesterday's low, especially with that volume, that's considered a blow up top. It did break that short-term red alert, the 8-day. Coach, you're probably better at this than I am. In fact, you are better at this than I am. So look, it's right here. Let's go to stocks moving down. By the way, I have my own query, but this is only a 5-second delay. But if you want to, for example, look what stocks are moving down now, go moving down now and press time. What's moving down now? Mara, Google, TDD, Billy. What's moving up now, for example? UNH, Kellogg, CVS. So they're going to cyclicals, safe stocks, VFC. I'm in that. Everybody knows I'm in that. I'm in the VFC from 21. But it was taking bull flow. I'm telling you. You want to see this? Hold on. Where's this thing? I'll leave it here in a second. I'll leave it VFC. There's VFC. I'm going to be wrong before I'm right. It's the retailer. At least it's not making new lows. It's acting well. I sold it in the morning like a baby. Right here, you can see 1142, but I have enough for a fund to choke all of us, so we're okay. But the bottom line is this, and I'm putting my ego aside because if it didn't have this, hold on a second. We had bullish flow in PVH this morning. Good bullish was the VIX. All right. We had there's been, you know what? There has been bullish flow. This is why I'm picking this one. It's not like I think the retailers are going to bottom. And I'm like, all right, well, let me buy some Macy's to offset a bad position in WFC. It's the only retailer I have, as a matter of fact. I'm not, I mean, I'll be okay. It's just that like a mosquito bite. You know what I mean? I look at it, it's like I got to put some spray on it, then I scratch it, and then, you know what I mean? Tan, see more tweets. Trust me, there's been a lot of PVH, Amazon bullish, anti-VIX. That was before. So now we're going to buy CPNG. Trust my word for it. I'll post it later, guys. I know everybody trusts me by now, but if I have to look this long for it, maybe it's not that good of a flow. There it is, VFC bullish, June. Big deal. But there was another one too. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking for something I'm not. Like I said, I'm experienced enough to put my ego aside. If it's not, it's not. But there was a little flow. Testing. What do we have? Intel active again. Intel. This is one I would be considering on a dip now. See, what you want to see is, like I said this morning, you want to see names buying names off weakness in other types of news, not in stock specific or sectors. For example, Intel. This is the time. I mean, you missed it, of course, made a huge move. Intel's accumulating a little bit here, and they're going out till the end of June. But I also saw September's, and probably, listen, the sweet spot for Intel's probably around 32.5. You know what I mean? It already made its move. It's stretched. It's going to take some time. So it's going to be waffling. I'll probably still build a position. I don't think it's going to go without me. It made the move, but, you know, I'm certainly not going to chase it. But building a position would be prudent, if you will. All right, I'll leave it there, guys. You know what I mean? I'm here all week. I'm psyched to be back. And I'm here to make money and close out the first half stronger and help everybody else develop a plan and move on. Carry trade is my strategy. I am taking up the rear here, posting aggressively. Stay cautious. I'll be in risk on mode. Okay. Carry trade is my carry. Great. Hi, Mike. Hi, Coach. Paul, nice year back made anyway. It's not so much, but a welcome debate. I got you, Paul. Paul seems like an alpha and he needs another alpha to bang him around a little bit. That's okay. Anybody calls himself the cable guy is open for discussion. Cheers. All right. So listen, Exxon bullish. CRISPR calls going out to October. How much is that? $175,000 into CRISPR. Let's look at CRISPR. That's something I like. CRISPR. Why not? There's the weekly on CRISP. There's the weekly on CRISP. I know the stock well because believe me, I have the volume in sometimes. This is where you want CRISPR. All right. So that's writing down. They're buying CRISPR October calls. A good amount. So I'll look at CRISPR. I like the CRISPR here. How could you not? Best of breed. And you know what? It used to be Nutella. Thank God I put my ego aside here because I was heavy in this one. And they both do the same. They're both gene editing. But Nutella's got nothing. Edit was the one that actually came in second instead of Nutella. Edit. Well, that came right back down too. So listen, if you're going to do anything in gene editing, it's CRISPR. Matter of fact, I'm going to write that. I'm going to take a little position back in the fund. I've had good luck with that stock. No, I've traded it well. It's prone to make big moves. It's above the moving in averages, and it's the best of breed. And it's taking some action going out till October. That's what I like to see. So that's emblematic of the position I like to enter in alongside. Until then, I'm going to trade tactically. I'm going to watch the VIX. I'm going to watch the dollar. I'm going to remember that sharp guys trimmed some last week. Hedge funds covered a little bit. One thing we have is the Fed going our way. Anything I'm doing is buying good names, best of breed, off any weakness outside of any stock specific news that's specific to that stock or its relative sector. You know, for example, I'd like to see a retail stock come in because the market sold off because of maybe a semi warning or an oil news. So with that being said, thanks for tuning in here all week. I'm in the room afterwards. Have a plan. Thanks, Coach, for holding it down, and everybody else for participating. Cheers.